want to give my thanks to Sister Sapphire for letting me come in and join and speak with you. As many as everybody knows so far, I do Mind TV, I do motivational speaking, I'm doing a television show, and I also do a radio show about motivation and things that setbacks that people go through. And I can honestly say, as myself, Antonio Wells, is a person who is visually impaired. I am completely blind, legally, in my right eye. Okay? My right eye used to always give me problems because you understand something. When you can't see, I was in denial. When I was in denial and the blackboard was up here, I would sit all the way back in the back so it didn't look like I was, trying to see the board and do my work. Well, that change came to me back in excuse me. The reality came in where one day I'm sitting here in the 11th grade and I'm looking at myself and every grade, every class I was in, I had E's or F's. I don't even know if they even had F's anymore, but I had E's and I had F's. But see, you understand something, I wanted to be with the boys. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to lean back with the fellas, I didn't want no one to know, that I had an issue or a setback. But see, I basically was in denial with myself to my problems. And I always thought that I had a lazy, what they call a lazy eye, which the pupil was always in the corner over here. Okay? So me personally, I always have issues with talking to the females and stuff like that, or maintaining real friends. But altogether, I realized that something that the setback that I had was not going to be the setback that was going to cause me to still keep on and keep on and keep on and keep on with the setback. You see, I'm going to tell you something. God gave me a vision about 4 or 5 years ago. Back in 1996. And I had to go through surgery for my right eye. It wasn't because I wanted to look better or cosmetic surgery or whatever. One morning I woke up and I ended up feeling a pop of a vein in my eye. That's how far the eye was still pressing. And I was getting these headaches on the side of my face. And a vein popped. So now I go to Will's eye. But before I go all the way back then, when I was a child, no. Don't get him no glasses. Telling my mother this. Don't give him no glasses. What does he need glasses for? That's just a waste of money. That's going to be a waste of time. That's not going to even be worth it. So here I am walking around with no glasses on, in which I should have had some. So basically, to sit in front of the TV, I would sit in front of the TV like this. Because I couldn't see what was going on. Right now, for me to close my left eye, everybody here is a blur. I can make out colors, the young lady wearing the red and the black, but I couldn't see her face even if I was this close to her, which she'd probably knock me out if I was that close to her.
I can't see my face.
But literally, I have to sit up here. I can see things. I can see visions. I can see the people. I can see the colors. I can see just a little bit, but I couldn't. It wasn't 20/20. My vision, I believe, was like 21/40 or something like that. So basically, I go into the hospital. It wasn't because I had to go into the hospital. It's because I wanted to. Plus because of popping of the vein. But yes, I still went to the hospital. Did that just get cut off? Yeah. Did someone just cut me off? Well, you know what? I'm actually going to talk loud because that's what God gave me to do. He gave me a voice to talk. And so I'm going to talk. Somebody cut the mic off on me over there.
Sorry.
The mic, no. You cut it off. They say that you manually cut the mic off yourself.
Nope.
Yes, you did.
You turned it back on.
Nope. My thing was to make the vision of who my real friends were, who my real loved ones was. The people who really loved and cared for me were not the ones who just looked at me physically on the outside. They didn't care about my eye. They didn't care about this. They didn't care about that. They looked at what was here, what God gave me every day to get up with. And that's a what? That's right. They gave me heart. They gave me heart. So what I decided to do was let everybody know is no matter what kind of setback, no matter what kind of setback that you face, no matter what kind of setback that you're dealing with, no matter what kind of setback that anybody in this room is going with, especially those with vision impairment, guess what? You have the power. You have the power, you have the vision, you have the power to do whatever you want to do. My grandfather, J.T. Clinskills, you can Google it if you want to. He was a member of the Five Blind Boys of Mississippi. He was my grandfather. Blind. Completely blind since childhood. And I learned a lot from him just by watching him. How he moved. How he didn't use a cane. How he moved around the house, it was something like looking at someone who was not visually impaired. This man would walk faster than me, and I'd be like, what? Are you serious? Being visually impaired used to keep me down. It kept me down. It kept me down mentally because I felt that I would not be attractive to someone, or I wouldn't be smart enough, or I wouldn't go to college, I wouldn't go to high school, I wouldn't be able to do anything that I want to do. But I'm here to tell you that take that back, scratch that. God has given me a gift. Forget the impairment, forget anything else in the world. He has given me faith to do what I need to do. Sister Soldier Sapphire, she is part of the total experience. Miss Ossie Parker over there, she's right over there behind in the brown back there. She can't see it right here. She is part of the total experience. Mr. Hadji Rock is part of the total experience. And guess what? 30, 40 years ago, people told me, you're not going to be able to do it because you're going to be totally blind by the time you're 20. Did not prove them wrong.
God proved it wrong. Everything is.
So this is what I need y'all folks to do. I need you to look at, I want y'all to sit just with me, and then I'm closing out on this. With me, I need you to do me a favor. Do me a big favor. It's the biggest favor that y'all can do for me for today, please. And I'll be very happy to come on back. I love the talents that I heard. A lot of people I've given cards to so far. I want everybody to tell yourself, basically, I am somebody. This impairment is not going to stop me. Come on, I can't hear you. And I want you to look to the person on your left. And I want you to tell them you are somebody. I want you to look at the person on the right, and I want you to tell them, I am somebody.
I am somebody.
Because the Almighty does not make mistakes.
God makes mistakes. You don't make mistakes.
He makes no mistakes.
That's right.
And I'm going to tell you something. I even interviewed Miss Sapphire for our Mind TV show. And the first thing I asked her was, how hard was it? Because personally, me, as I was gradually losing sight more, I just thought that, okay, I'm going to be totally blind by 20. This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen to me. One day in the house, just sitting there, every day, not doing nothing, because I would be afraid of the outside. Here I am now, plus years old, and I am years old. Y'all figure that one out. And guess what? I'm doing everything that people, friends, family, doctors, everybody had told me I cannot do. God knows I've done. Have y'all received it now? Thank you very much for your time.
Good job, brother. All right.
Give it up for Mr. Antonio, y'all. Who just iterated what the VIP was all about.